We are all fucked right now if you don't wake the fuck up and get your heads out your asses and stop acting like things are fucking normal. So this isn't a time for Trump for Cuomo. And I normally listen to Chris Cuomo. Like I said, I like Chris. He's smart. He's brilliant. But he's being too calm right now. He's being like I said, too mediating. He is trying to teeter on this line of not being outraged because he doesn't want to appear that he's being far left. This is an outrageous moment. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. There should be no one in this country of sound mind that should be okay with what our current president is doing at this moment. He is putting us all in danger, and I mean that literally. We're not talking about, oh, you know, the United States might be facing, you know, just a bad economy, high prices, high dollar. No, we're talking about a full meltdown of our current societal construct. We're talking about complete and total isolation from the world. We're talking about this man committing a war crime. And they're saying that, well, we don't know what Trump's going to do. I think he's going to try to nuke. I think that he's going to try to nuke that country. And the reason why I feel that way is because he said he's going to wipe out an entire civilization. Give me another way you can do that. Give me another way that you can wipe out an entire civilization if it's not using a nuclear weapon. Have you looked at a map of Iran? Iran is a big country in landmass. What the fuck do you mean you're going to wipe out an entire civilization that has been on this earth a lot longer than most countries that deem themselves a superpower right now? Other than a nuke. Does that mean that you're going to invade and swarm the ground, like I said earlier, with troops and just, you know, cause mass casualties on both sides, our troops and the people of Iran? What do you mean? And so now you're targeting civilians? So, I mean, now we're just fully embracing genocide because we've capitulated and allowed Israel to wipe out an entire West Bank of people. So fuck it. Hey! American imperialism, it is full might. Is that what we at right now? Is that what we doing? Chris, this time is not a time, Mr. Cuomo, for you to be calm. This is a time for you to be calling every single one of your representatives and demanding that this man is impeached. And up until this week, I was not one of these people that was like, you need to impeach Trump. And the reason was because the Republicans would never impeach him. But we are now witnessing the fracture of MAGA. And that fracture is opening up the room for our House of Representatives, our Republican House of Representatives, to be a little bit more brave. Because the people that they are afraid of, the violent cult that follows Trump, the people of January 6th, they're starting to break away from the cult. There are always going to be a group of 5 to 7 million dumbasses that's going to always be Team Trump. We're not down to that very minimum number yet. We're still at about 15 to 25 million hardcore MAGAs. They're coming. They're breaking out. Leave them alone. They're going to come on their own time. We cannot focus on MAGA. What you need to focus on are our representatives and demanding this man is impeached. Because now he's putting the United States, the entire fucking country, in danger. And we're not talking about anything remotely of what we're used to. Americans are spoiled by propaganda, narcissism, arrogance, condescension, and the majority of us, a lot of us, are distracted by our needs that aren't being met, that our government should be making easier for us to get because they're spending trillions of dollars on a war that we should not be in. They did this on purpose to keep us distracted, to keep you distracted, to keep you worrying about how you're going to put gas in your car so you can go to your 9 and 5, to keep stressing that now you got to report to the office 5 days a week because they've gotten rid of remote work because they realized remote work was making y'all motherfuckers too happy. No. You cannot have the masses happy and free and frolicky. Can't do that. Even though production is at its peak when the people are happy, you cannot have them happy, because when you have them happy, they feel free. You cannot have people feeling free. You can't do that. Because if we felt free, we all would right now be calling our representative. We all would right now not be worried about anything else except for the impending, quite possible nuclear war that our president is threatening on an entire sovereign nation. And there's a lot of people out here, well, they threatened death to America for 47 years. Saying death to America is not a goddamn crime. And I honestly wouldn't even call it a fucking threat. And yeah, the Middle East might have had their hand in some terroristic attacks against the United States, but if you really want to give a fuck about history, you really want to know about history, if you really want a comprehensive view on what's going on in all of this shit, maybe you need to go look at what the United States was doing to Iran between 1947 and 1979. Why don't you go see that? Why don't you go look and see what the United States is responsible for? And then ask yourself, well, shit. I hate to say that as someone that's in this fucking country. But I'm not going to sit here and deny, and as my right in this country, criticize my government for the atrocities they have put onto this world through imperialistic mindset and tactics. We are all now in danger. We are all now facing the total collapse of this society. And y'all haven't seen anarchy until you saw anarchy in the United States in 2026. And we are all armed. We are all armed. All of us have guns. You want anarchy in a country where the entire citizenry is angry and armed. And they're not angry at the right people. They're angry at each other. We're angry at each other. We got people pissed off at MAGA for allowing this motherfucker for getting into office. We got people in MAGA that's ready to unleash their hatred and racism and homophobia and go mow down people. You honestly think that anarchy in America is going to be pretty? No, it's going to be hell. And that's what Iran is working toward. That's why they're winning the war. They're not losing this war. Yeah, they might be bombing them. Okay. Bombs are not the only way you win wars. In fact, bombs are extremely primitive. Have you not noticed that the number of suicide bombings have decreased in the past decade, past 15 years? It's because those people evolved. They realized how fucking stupid it was. Yeah, you're taking out a lot of soft target, but it's dumb to kill yourself. And actually, it's even more stupid to believe you got virgins waiting for you when you do die. They're not complete idiots. And while you might call somebody who believes that dumb shit to kill yourself for 44 virgins and mass suicide, you can sit here and say the same thing about the evangelicals in this country that has done their way of terrorism. Terrorism is terrorism. Just because it looks different doesn't mean it's less terroristic. Evangelicals have their way of dropping bombs as well. You see the bomb they dropped on us in 2024 when they elected the fucking orange buffoon we have sitting in the Oval Office right now. Total retribution for electing a black man. That man can't even fucking say one speech without saying President Obama's name. We are all fucked right now if you don't wake the fuck up and get your heads out your asses and stop acting like things are fucking normal.